everybody, this is Amy. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today I'm going to show you my final daisy design for this series. It will be painted, I'll say planted, but it'll be painted on this glass jar or bottle. It's actually a bottle. And I'm going to be using the number 12 Royal Aqualon Filbert brush and the number 10. Both of those are Royal Aqualon brushes. A number 10 flat brush by Plod One Stroke, and a Deerfoot Stippler, clay ball tool I'm using actually for a dotting tool. And I apologize, my furnace is getting ready to start up. Paints I'm using are Moon Yellow, Cinnamon, Fresh Foliage, Thicket, and then once again the metallic silver and the Wicker White. I'm also using Hydrangea and medium blue. All of these products are folk art. Once again, combination of combination of multi-surface and enamels. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start by putting in the daisies, and with this bottle being small, my pattern is going to be smaller than what I painted on my sample. Alright, so I'm just going to position and just randomly and freely the design on here. Now when you're painting a daisy, there's different ways that you can do it. You can pull some strokes out like this. You can spread out your petals. You can use this as a flatter. I'm just going to be using it on the side of the brush, or the bristles, not brush, and just freely painting them in. And again, you can make your petals longer up in here if you want. You can layer them. There's just a variety of different ways to paint your daisies. And I hope you like this. This is just, again, simple. All my patterns are simple. They're intended to be that way because I want you to paint and be creative. Right now I know it's a very stressful time, and I'm sorry to keep bringing that up in my videos, but I do feel it too. I have anxiety just in general without having to have what's going on. So I get it, and I want to help with that. I know anytime you can sit down and almost like meditation, anytime you can sit down and do something that takes your attention away from daily problems, whether it's health problems or it's financial or just depression itself, is fantastic. And I just want to encourage people to be healthy during this time, and we will get through this together. We will get through this. I know people keep saying that, but it's true. We will get through this. It's not fun, but we will. Alright. If you find that you do like this video, once you view it, please make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Make sure that you hit that notification bell and subscribe to my channel. When you're finished watching, if you would hit the share button that you'll see underneath this video, and share this on your social networks with your family and friends. I would be so grateful. anytime you have questions, feel free to ask me down below. You will see the comments section underneath the videos, but anytime, just feel free to contact me if you have questions. I do my best to do these videos, but I know I'm not perfect with them yet. I still need a lot more experience, and I plan to work on them as much as possible. Get better with them as time goes on, hopefully. Alright, so the next one I'm going to do is going to take the smaller Filbert brush. Sorry, I don't think I'm really concentrating on my paint here. I'm going to just basically, I dip each side into the color, and I'm going to do some blending strokes. Technically, you should have 3/4 of the bristles full of paint. I don't really pay much attention to that, and I am dipping it into the white a little bit. These flowers are very loose, so I am doing the flat part of this, but I am just quickly moving it around and brushing it in. I am not really paying too much attention to the actual design of the flower itself. Just very free, and I'm just going to keep doing that. I'm moving my brush just in different directions. Throw some white in here and do it like that. Just very loose. Very loose. And then I'm just going to position them in different places here, because I just want them to be an added flower in the mix, basically. And you don't have to have a set amount. I like to deal with odd numbers when I'm painting or designing, so if that helps you, let me know. Let me go back in here a little bit. You can always go over your designs, clean them up some or add more color, whatever you want to do. Just know that it's okay, if they're not perfect. Like I said, with these, I'm not intending them to be perfect. I am just quickly painting them and moving my brush around as I do. If you feel like it's too much white, then go back over it. The more opaque your design is, the more durable it will be, meaning that it won't scratch off easily. If the paint is thin, it's not going to be as durable, just so you know. Something I like to mention when I'm painting so that people realize that that does help. Now with a bottle or something that you're not going to be drinking out of, that's not as big of a concern as if you were going to be drinking out of it, because then you're handling it. It makes a difference. Alright, I'm going to stop with that. It's not getting me my odd number, but that's okay. I'm using this to put a dot in the center of these freestyle flowers. Doing that. Some of these openings are big, but it's okay. It's alright if it doesn't cover the whole thing. This one's a little wet in the center, so it's not exactly perfect, but that's okay too. It doesn't have to be. Alright, for these other ones, I'm going to start with doing a yellow center like I've done on all the others in my series. Again, I'm not going to push daisies on you again for a while, but I thought this series of daisies were fun. Fun to do. Fun, fun, fun. This one I'm gonna, okay, I'm gonna let those dry for a minute. If ever you're doing a design and you feel like you need to give it some dry time, you can, like say, maybe give it an hour to dry time, or you can hit it with a hair dryer or a heat gun, anything like that, just to, give it some time so that because you're doing wet on wet, and that can make a difference. If you dry it a little bit, as far as getting a cleaner design. And these are going to be like, they're kind of like hanging upside down. And I'll do that. Just kind of be whimsical with the little stems. It's not quite the same as actually doing it on a piece of paper because there's more room. Right now this is just kind of the best I can do with the space allotted. So that's okay. So then on this we're just going to do some simple leaves. And I'll probably do a variety. And let's see, this is what on wet, so there you go. It's going to pull some white in it, and that's fine. That's fine. You can have another color on the other side. If you feel like it's too much white, go back in, kind of blend it out a little bit, and go like that, and you're fine. And I am putting yellow in this with the leaves, or for the leaves, so that's okay. And then I'm going to come here probably and do another one. You can do them thinner if you want, or you can stick with that kind of what you originally started with, or you can come back over here and go like we did on the last one and come down the side to create a different looking leaf. I just like varying them some. Like this one, I'm going to do a few of these little pulls. I did a lot of these on my initial design. I also did some sprays that just kind of went out from it. I'm not going to do too many on here because there's not a whole lot of room. Maybe just a few. And then on these I just basically did some touching and pulling away from the stem. And you can turn it the opposite direction to get to where you can see it better with the lighter green. And you could even throw white into this if you wanted. Yeah, either way is fine. So I'm just going to go like this, pull it. You can pull it up into the flower if you want. Again, it's still wet on wet, so you got to be careful with it that it doesn't get too, that you're not mixing it too much, because it will, with it being wet, it will mix in or pull in color from the design below. It's very simple. Designs don't have to be really difficult in order to be nice. I just want to push that too. They just don't. They don't have to be. And they can be, obviously there's a lot of ways to do these things, but you just don't have to make them hard. And see, this is pulling away, so I don't want to mess with it too much. This bottle's kind of notorious for being a little hard to paint on. Just fix it up there so it's not split up a little bit. Pretty easy. Pretty easy. I'll just put a little stem through that. Just very lightly. Main thing when you're painting is you just have to learn how to fix things if if it doesn't work out to look the way you want. I guess that on this one it's going to be primarily these just quick little easy one stroke type leaves. Alright, go like this. And we're close to being done. I don't want to overwork it. Just a very simple, you can put some leaves up here if you want. Just a very simple design. Just go like that, very simply. Alright, so to finish off the centers on the daisies, I'm going to go ahead and do my brown, as I mentioned in the other videos. That's pretty much what I'm doing on them. And let's see around here, I'm just kind of trying to think. The brown, as far as I'm concerned, is the bottom. And then these two pretty babies down here, I wanted them to be like they were kind of dangling down. And so that's why I'm doing the brown, which will look at the top, but it's not really meant to be the top. And I'm really being kind of loose with these on this one. Not trying to be real specific as far as that they've got to go strictly at the bottom or whatnot. But basically that's it. If you wanted to put some dots around the centers, you could, or on this one if you wanted to do more dotting, that's fine. Again, I'm just keeping it simple so that you feel confident to do this. If you do happen to do these designs, please feel free to share them on my Facebook page. I would love to see your work. Right now, it's very important to me that you find something to do to occupy your time, whether, you know, it's a great time actually to clean out your house or apartment or whatnot, which is one of the things I'm planning to do here, is to work on getting organized. My house is a mess. So anyways, keep that in mind. Again, I'd love to hear from you. And until the next time, I appreciate you so much. Thanks so much for stopping by, and you have a good one.